Your partner says they need space, and your world tilts. Are they breaking up with you? Are they losing interest? Should you give them space, or will that push them further away? The phrase, "I need space," is one of the most anxiety-inducing things you can hear in a relationship. But psychologically, it doesn't always mean what you fear. Let's break down what "I need space" really means and how to respond without sabotaging the relationship. The need for space is rooted in how people regulate emotions and maintain their sense of self. Some people need time alone to process feelings, recharge, or reconnect with their identity. This is especially true for people with avoidant attachment or introverted personalities. For them, asking for space isn't rejection, it's self-care. But the phrase triggers panic in people with anxious attachment because it feels like abandonment. Your brain hears "I need space" and translates it to "I'm leaving you." This creates a painful dynamic. The more they pull away to regulate, the more you pursue for reassurance, which makes them need even more space. Understanding the psychology on both sides can help you navigate this without spiraling. What it means: possibility 1. They're overwhelmed and need to recharge. For many people, especially those with avoidant attachment or introverted tendencies, close proximity for extended periods is draining. It's not about you, it's about their nervous system needing time to recalibrate. Think of it like an emotional battery. Social interaction, even with someone they love, depletes it. Alone time recharges it. If they're asking for space in a healthy way, "I need a few hours to myself tonight. Can we reconnect tomorrow?" This is likely what's happening. They're not pulling away from you. They're returning to themselves so they can show up better in the relationship. This is actually a sign of self-awareness and emotional maturity. The key is whether they communicate a timeline and follow through. Healthy space has boundaries. "I need tonight, but let's talk tomorrow." Unhealthy space is vague and indefinite. "I just need space," with no clarity on when they'll be back. Possibility 2. They're processing conflict and need distance to think. If you just had a fight or a difficult conversation, asking for space might mean they need time to process before continuing the discussion. Some people can't think clearly in the heat of the moment. Their emotions are too high, and they need to step back to gain perspective. This is actually healthier than forcing a resolution when both people are dysregulated. However, it becomes problematic if they use space as an avoidance tactic, refusing to ever address the issue and leaving you in emotional limbo. Healthy processing space looks like, "I need a few hours to calm down, and then we can talk about this tonight." Avoidance looks like, "I don't want to talk about this," followed by days of silence. If they consistently use space to dodge accountability or difficult conversations, that's a red flag. Possibility 3. They're questioning the relationship. Sometimes I need space is code for I'm not sure about this relationship, and I need time to figure it out. This is the version you fear, and sometimes it's accurate. If the request for space comes out of nowhere, is vague about duration, and they seem emotionally distant or disconnected, they might be pulling back to evaluate whether they want to stay. This is painful, but it's also valuable information. If they're uncertain, it's better to know now than to invest more time in something they're not committed to. The question is, are they using the space to genuinely reflect, or are they slow fading you while keeping you on the hook? A person who's genuinely reflecting will communicate. I'm feeling confused about us, and I need some time to think. Can we talk in a week? A person who's slow fading will be evasive, uncommunicative, and leave you in painful uncertainty. Possibility 4. They're trying to end the relationship without saying it. In the worst case scenario, I need space is a soft breakup. They don't have the courage or clarity to end it directly, so they create distance, hoping you'll get the message, or they'll eventually fade out. This is emotionally cowardly, but it happens. Signs this is the case. They won't give a timeline. They avoid all communication. They don't reassure you, and they seem checked out emotionally. If weeks go by with no contact or clarity, you're not being given space, you're being ghosted. At that point, you deserve to reclaim your power. Don't sit in limbo waiting for someone who's already gone. Reach out one final time for clarity. I've given you space. I need to know where we stand. If they still won't communicate, you have your answer. Walk away with your dignity intact. When your partner asks for space, the healthiest thing you can do is respect it, but also ask for clarity. I understand you need space. Can you help me understand what that looks like? How long, and how will we reconnect? A partner who truly cares will answer these questions because they don't want you to suffer in uncertainty. If they can't or won't give you clarity, that tells you something. In the meantime, use their space to reconnect with yourself. Don't sit around waiting. Live your life. Spend time with friends. Pursue your interests. If they come back and want to reconnect, you'll be in a healthier place. If they don't, you've already started moving forward. Space doesn't have to mean the end, but it also doesn't mean you have to wait forever. You deserve a partner who's sure about you, who communicates clearly, and who doesn't leave you in painful ambiguity. If they can't give you that, maybe the space is a gift, a chance to find someone who will.